Usually with movies, I like to talk about synopsis, but I'm not going to say shit about this one. Obviously, I'm going to talk about it because I'm doing a video right now, but I'm not going to talk about the synopsis, okay? Because I'd rather you go in blind with this one. Today, we're going to be talking about A Quiet Place Day 1, the newest film in the Quiet Place saga, and is Day 1. That's all I'm going to say. It's the first day of the alien invasion set in New York this time, which the first movie was set in a farm in the Outback. Outback? I've coincidentally got my Blu-ray right here, so I want to find out where it's set. I don't think it actually says. Nope. Doesn't say. Shit. But anyway, it's on a farm somewhere. And I think the first one is a really great horror film. I really admire what John Krasinski does with it. He uses several different techniques which are very, very interesting for the horror genre as a whole. The lack of sound is very inviting, is very much indebted to visual storytelling, which is something I really do admire. And it doesn't spoon feed anything to you either. It basically puts it out there in a very subtle way. Unlike a lot of horror movies today, which are very subtle, very unsubtle, I mean. And I was excited for A Quiet Place Day 1. I was intrigued to what they were going to do with it. I saw the trailer, I saw that it was directed by the guy who did Pig, and I was like, yes, this shit is going to be based. And is it based? Yes. It's great, man. It's great. First off, I want to say Lupita Nyong'o, she broke my heart. She broke my heart. Her character is going through something which is very relatable to real life for me, so I'm kind of... It hit me. And I also think that Joseph Quinn did a great job as well. I can really see why he is getting as many roles as he is, because he is a great actor so far. He's only been in Stranger Things and this so far, but he is going to be in Fantastic Four, he's going to be in a bunch of other things too, so I'm excited to see where his future leads. I think what these 3 films in particular, A Quiet Place movies, really build on and really understand is its sense of world building. They do a fantastic job at building a world of which is not much different from our own, but is very much indebted to the thing that we all fear, and that is the lack of sound, right? We're all scared of silence at some point. We're all scared of fading into the noise, and these films really understand and really dig deep into what the human psyche does when that noise is taken away. When communication is taken away and our entire survival is based on the noises we make, that is eerily haunting to me. And A Quiet Place Day 1 doesn't really have that much dialogue. It's very much, again, visual storytelling, which, again, I really admire. And I think the cinematography, it's very muddy, and I think a lot of people have problems with it, but I think the muddy feel really adds to the horror and the intensity that the film is trying to suggest. Plus, come on, man, there's fucking smoke everywhere. The entire New York is getting blown up. What do you expect? It's gonna be muddy. And the VFX, they're quite good for a film which only cost $60 million. This proves that you don't need to spend a lot of money to make good looking VFX and good shit, okay? You don't need to spend $400 million to make something look good. I think the best thing about this film for me is definitely the emotional values it holds. It's extremely profound, like the profound material that this film carries. It's something which I didn't really expect from a sci-fi film with a budget like this, a mid-budget sci-fi film. It's technically a blockbuster, and I am very happy to call it a blockbuster, but at the same time it has that very indie feel to it with the way that it carries its characters. Eric and Sam, which are the 2 main characters in particular, it carries them in a way which feels very rooted and very deep. Their connection is built not through the sounds they make, but through their smiles and through their willingness to try and survive this endeavor that they're going through. A big criticism I've seen about this film in particular is it worth it, right? What does this add to the universe? Because we kind of got a Day 1 scenario in A Quiet Place 2, right? In Quiet Place Part 2, we kind of got that look into what the Day 1 was like, but for that, Day 1 was for that isolated family, right? It wasn't for necessarily the people around them or anything, it just focused on them. So to see it focus on other people, I think that's what makes this worth it, and I think that's what makes this feel valuable. Plus, it's better than the first, maybe. I really do think that this might be better than the first. I haven't rewatched the first one in a while, which is why I've dug out my Blu-ray from the fucking crypt to rewatch it, because I haven't seen it for a while. So I do think it's better than the first from what I remember. And the hate for this just feels a bit vitriolic and a little bit unjust, because they don't really discuss why they don't like it. And that's fine, you can do that, but at the same time, when everybody was praising it, and when you were praising it, and then suddenly you just switched your tune all of a sudden, it's like, okay pal, alright buddy. But yeah, Quiet Place Day 1. I really love this movie. I'm looking forward to watching it again. I'm seeing it Sunday. It's gonna be lit. And IMAX. I saw it in IMAX, and for the first time, this is the only film where... Actually, let me give you some context. So whenever I go and see a film, especially recently, I am I'm pissed, okay? Latent terms, I'm pissed. Some dude's either on FaceTime with his kid, some guy's Snapchat goes off, people are talking, it's a mess. But this was special to me. This was special because everyone was silent. Not a you could hear a pin drop. It was bliss. It was absolute bliss. And that's one of the things that made this special, is knowing that other people were respectful because of the type of film it is, and for how engaged and enhancing the film as a whole is. So I'm very much looking forward to watching this again. I'm going to give A Quiet Place Day 1 an 8 out of 10. I was so tempted on giving this a 9. You know how hard it is not for me to give it that. But there are some things which just don't work. In particular, I think it takes a while to get going, but as soon as it does get going, holy shit, it never stops. They're tiny little nitpicks, okay? They're like tiny little nitpicks. They don't really matter. So yeah, I'm looking forward to watching this again. I'm very excited, and I'm just very happy that mid-budget sci-fi films and mid-budget films in general are coming back. Thank you guys for watching this video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and tell me down below what you want to see from me next, and have you seen A Quiet Place Day 1, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.